The PlayStation 4 is home to many great RPGs, and now's the perfect time to finally catch up with these amazing titles. Of the 916 RPGs that competed for this list, only 25 made it to the cut. What to Play presents 25 of the best PlayStation 4 RPGs so far, all arranged by PlayScore. You can find the complete list on our website, whattoplay.com, link on the description box below. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe, and don't forget to hit that notification bell. Opening at number 25 is Dragon Quest Builders 2. Opening this beloved list of great PS4 RPGs is none other than Square Enix's spin-off of their acclaimed Dragon Quest franchise. Set after the events of the original Dragon Quest II, Builders is a JRPG with a huge emphasis on character customization and heavy grinding in its sandbox voxel world. As a sequel, it features new biomes and other interesting gameplay changes that make its world building fun for young and old people alike. It has a play score of 8.81. At number 24, we have Ys 8, Lacrimosa of Dana. This 8th installment of the Ys series marks the return of the iconic warrior with crimson hair. Follow Adol and his friends as they embark on a perilous quest to uncover the mysteries of the island. 8 also introduces a new blue-haired heroine called Dana, who comes with her very own story and gameplay moments. Like its titles before, the Ys series is a treasure trove of memorable moments and unforgettable characters. It has a play score of 8.81.
This is a special one.
They can take your heart, but if it's your fate, then every step forward will always be a step closer to home.
Number 23 belongs to Kingdom Hearts 3. Sora, Riku, and Kairi's grand reunion is Square Enix's biggest and most convoluted KH game yet. Now with an improved and stylish combat system, lead Sora and his buddies as they stop an army of darkness from taking over multiple Disney franchises. It retains all the heart and soul from its previous installments while bringing new depth to its fascinating set of characters. The latest story expansion, Remind, pieces together the missing pages of its story, all while making it even more Kingdom Heartsy. A play score of 8.83. In the number 22 spot is Transistor. Taking place in a far future where sentient machines roam the city, play as Red as she finds her missing voice. Literally. Armed with a sentient blade known as Transistor, roam the neon-lit jungle and secure your revenge against an unknown threat. Its isometric gameplay, coupled with its frozen planning mode, enables players to think before they make that one tactical swoop. A play score of 8.87. Number 21 is Valkyria Chronicles 4. Over the years, Sega has managed to capture the hearts of JRPG fans with this animated take on the tragedies of war. This 4th main installment is a return to roots with new characters and the same cel-shaded graphics in a brand new engine. It's been described as the perfect sequel as it refines the details of its addictive BLITZ combat system while staying true to its creative storytelling. It has a play score of 8.87. At number 20, we have Bloodstained, Ritual of the Night. Koji Igarashi's latest project is reminiscent of the glory days of Castlevania. In Bloodstained, players follow the cursed life of Miriam as she makes her way into an evil castle filled with all kinds of danger. As in Igavania, skills and exploration remain central to your journey. Power up Miriam to her full potential, and with her demon powers, unleash a hellish blaze of power at her enemies. A play score of 8.88. Number 19 is Final Fantasy XII, The Zodiac Age. The PlayStation 2 has a lot of RPG classics. One of them includes Square Enix's different chapter of their expansive Final Fantasy games. A remastered version of the 2006 original, this takes us once again to the fascinating world of Ivalice. Vaughn and his buddies embark on a grand adventure to save the kingdom of Dalmasca from political doom. Now with a reworked battle system, fights are now faster compared to the original, and its new international Zodiac system grants new ability bonuses for each of the heroes. A play score of 8.90.
Your world.
With number 18, we have Ni no Kuni, Wrath of the White Witch Remastered. Speaking of old consoles, this rejuvenated version of the PlayStation 3 Classic feels new yet familiar. With the help of Studio Ghibli's animators, Level 5 completely captures its surreal otherworld teeming with magic and potential. This grand JRPG quest can net you hours and hours of fun, especially with its intriguing set of characters and with a beautiful score by Joe Hisashi himself. A play score of 8.90. In the number 17 spot is Stardew Valley. I know what you're thinking, Stardew Valley, an RPG? Of course it is! Live an honest life in the rural town of Stardew Valley. Make friends, find the love of your life, and explore its vast underground dungeon full of blob monsters. For the most part, you'll spend most of your time making money by selling crops and taking care of your livestock. Develop your character's skills and build an empire of dairy, or slack off in this peaceful life simulator. A play score of 8.92. Number 16 gives us NieR Automata. If it isn't the game that made us cry and gave us an existential crisis. Yoko Taro's latest NieR game doesn't stray too far from its over-the-top premise because it's still a Yoko Taro game. However, its cast of characters will make you question life's biggest questions, all while decimating a horde of alien invaders. It's a JRPG that balances style and substance in a meticulously crafted world. A play score of 8.94. At number 15, we have Dragon Age Inquisition. It's been a while since we've had a great BioWare game. Inquisition was, unfortunately, their last good RPG. The epic world of Dragon Age remains mysterious as ever now that you, the chosen Inquisitor, is destined to save it from an otherworldly threat. Gather your team of badasses and be a force of nature in its massive fantasy open world. Choose a class, maybe pick a lover, and enjoy the rich lore of BioWare's legendary series. A play score of 8.95. Crawling at number 14 is Diablo 3, Ultimate Evil Edition. Blizzard is barely holding their stuff together as well. At least they have the definitive Diablo 3 experience. The game has come a long way since its terrible launch problems. Over the years, it received numerous fixes and updates. Feel the rush of loot collecting and skill developing with tons of possibilities. Pick from their wide array of classes and witness Diablo's story at its peak. If you're itching to experience Diablo 3 for the first time, pick this up for your PS4. It has a play score of 8.97. More Final Fantasies at number 13 with Final Fantasy IX. The real classic has made their way on our list. This installment of the Final Fantasy series is one strong contender for best in the series. From kidnapping royalty to stopping the end of the world, a lot of care was taken into bringing Zidane and his friends' adventures in the land of Gaia to the PlayStation 4. Giving us the full artistic package in larger resolutions, a play score of 8.97. Did you know your reviews can influence the play score? Register now at whattoplay.com and start reviewing games. Link in the description box below.
It is your fate to save this world.
At number 12, we have Dragon Quest XI, Echoes of an Elusive Age. Considered as the best of the series yet, 11 excels in its fantastic presentation of living the JRPG fantasy. Save the world of Erdrea and take on the role of the brave hero as you explore this magical world full of monsters to slay and secrets to discover. Develop relationships with its heartwarming cast of characters and uncover the mysteries of its crazy world. A play score of 8.98.
Time is through.
Vaulting into number 11 is Fallout 4. Bethesda's gift for open-world adventure radiates brighter in this latest installment to its radioactive franchise. Memes aside, this chapter in Fallout history lets you embark on a post-apocalyptic Boston to find the man responsible for killing your wife and kidnapping your son. It's no New Vegas, but 4 has a little something for everyone who wants to simply live in a barren and irradiated world. It has a play score of 9. At number 10, we have Odin's Sphere, Leifthrasir. Already wearing the crown for the best PS Vita video game on our list, this remastered version of the Norse classic is beautiful in its own scale. Step into a fantasy world brimming with interwoven storylines and handcrafted visuals that make your eyes pop. The improved combat and major quality of life changes fit so well with PlayStation 4's scale, and it's enough reason for new and returning players to experience the beauty that is Odin's Sphere. A play score of 9.01.
Remember, fires are known to fade in quiet.
Get good at number 9 with Dark Souls 3. We wouldn't mind praising the sun if it weren't for the summer heat. This final entry to the dark and gritty Soul series is astounding in every direction. The combat feels refined, the story is complex, and the monster designs will make your jaw drop despite dying 100 times. It even has 2 massive DLCs that patches all the missing pieces. It's definitely a worthy send-off to the franchise with a play score of 9.1. It's hunting time at number 8 with Monster Hunter World. The hunt continues in Capcom's biggest action RPG ever. World expands the series' tried and tested monster hunting with more monsters to slay and weapons to collect. This intense boss rush encourages new and old players to keep pumping those stats up. The latest expansion, Iceborne, adds an overwhelming amount of content even for veteran hunters. Playing with friends remains a delight despite its persistent network issues. A play score of 9.11. Rolling at 7 is Divinity Original Sin 2 Definitive Edition. There's always a spot for Larian Studios' critically acclaimed CRPG. This enhanced edition features high-quality visuals, a new storyline, and content for the would-be adventurers. Control your character as you see fit and explore its world filled with magic and environmental hazards. It receives a play score of 9.11. At number 6, we have Horizon Zero Dawn. Guerrilla Games' first AAA title gave rise to the studio's success. It's set in a post-apocalyptic world where humanity has regressed into primitive times while mechanical beasts roam the land. Take control of Aloy in her quest to unite the tribes to prepare for a greater threat. Explore its barren yet futuristic open world packed with the secrets of the old world. A play score of 9.11.
Okay, that was pretty cool.
There's no strife with number 5 with Final Fantasy VII Remake. One of this year's most anticipated titles blew everybody's expectations. This grand reimagining of the JRPG masterpiece transforms Cloud and his eco-terrorist buddies to graphical perfection.
Got you now. Huh?
Remake completely breathes new life into the Midgar sections of the original with added twists and a more deeper focus in its characters. Now with real-time combat, we don't have to wait a few turns before saving the world from a mysterious silver-haired warrior. A play score of 9.15.
favor to ask of you.
Good Blood guides you to number 4 with Bloodborne. Become a hunter in a world torn by a seemingly terrifying presence. One of PlayStation 4's greatest hits. Fear the old blood in its harrowing journey of Lovecraftian horror. From Software takes eldritch mythos into their own hands alongside their signature challenging combat. It's unparalleled, chaotic, and most of all, satisfying from beginning to end. It receives a play score of 9.17.
Yeah, it's Undertale.
At third place is Undertale. Never underestimate the power of determination in this one-of-a-kind RPG from indie developer Toby Fox. Despite its simplistic graphics, Undertale has gained universal acclaim for turning the usually violent role-playing genre on its head. Make use of the power of talking into your arsenal and use it for conflict resolution methods, and then Undertale becomes a unique experience. And we haven't even gotten to their jazzy soundtracks and lovable characters. A play score of 9.26.
Geralt of Rivia, the White Wolf.
Toss a coin to your number 2 spot with The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. Find your missing daughter Ciri and witness one of the greatest RPGs ever made. CD Projekt Red's masterpiece proved that Western developers can still make an open-world game with passion. Geralt's final quest is his biggest yet. Traverse around its dark medieval setting and face off horrendous freaks of nature. As a legendary Witcher, your skills are put to the test as you hunt these monsters for a price. It receives a play score of 9.29.
I'm responsible for crushing that dream.
And the best PlayStation 4 RPG so far is none other than Persona 5 Royal. The world needs the Phantom Thieves more than ever. This enhanced version of the JRPG masterpiece from Atlus is ready to steal your hearts once more with new characters and content that adds 30 hours of story to the adventures of Joker and his friends. Royal's slew of quality of life changes makes reforming society much cooler. Royal is Persona 5 perfected and it receives a play score of 9.50.